What's up, YouTube? We got, I guess, what's going to be a first look today. This is the PDX Yo Swamp Monster. So, Swamp Monster came to me. This is a prototype from the good people over at PDX Yo. They've been tweaking this for quite some time. And it's the Swamp Monster because of this swampy, monstery color that it has. It's actually pretty cool. Some of them turned out better than others in this like sort of finish, but these are all, the prototypes are this color, in this like Swamp Monster color, and that's what inspired the name. So let's get into the specs. 6061 aluminum with a 46 millimeter width, 56 millimeter diameter, and it's got a 4.4 millimeter gap width with a C-size bearing, and it weighs around 65 grams. So, you know, you're pretty standard specs-wise, a little bit light at 65 grams for a yo-yo of this size, which is great. No complaints from me. You'll notice sort of there's not like really big beefy rims. It's sort of like more even weight distribution throughout, which is cool. There's a little spike in there. I think for the final, there's going to be a longer spike, and there's going to be a few aesthetic like ring tweaks as well. I think that has to do with this, so it's just less of a shape and more like some like kind of cuts and stuff in there, which is cool. I think it looks good the way it is, but I'm a sucker for those like aesthetic cuts like that, so it is what it is, I suppose. Basically, this yo-yo, the first time you throw it is sort of, it's not the way you think it's going to be. It's a pretty standard W shape. Usually these have a lot of power, a lot of rim weight, and this doesn't really. It's still, I mean, it's still plenty rim weighted, and it spins good, and it's not, but it's a lot more chill of a yo-yo than you would think just looking at the shape. Usually yo-yos like this are built for like speed competition play, with like things like this for more like horizontal play and what have you. This is a lot more chill than a lot of yo-yos that are sort of designed like this, which is cool. It's nice to sort of subvert expectations as far as that's concerned. And I know these are up for pre-order or will be shortly, and if that sounds interesting to you, you should take a look at it. There'll be links down in the description of this video for where you can go to check it out and pre-order the Swamp Monster from PDX, yeah. But let's go ahead, I guess, and throw it around a little bit. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, and then we can come back on the desk and take it apart. It's really just a first look. It's not a full-on review because this is just a prototype. There's going to be a few changes between now and then. But he asked me if I wanted to take a look at the prototype prior to the pre-orders going out, and I, of course, jumped at the chance to play with a new yo-yo, because who doesn't want to play with a new yo-yo, right? Super fun. Let's go ahead and throw it around a little bit. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright guys, we are back. Show you what I mean. So, first throw, you're going to be like, oh, this is not as like rim-weighted powerful as you think, but it's very controllable. You have a lot of control. Bounces off the string nice. Everything's really rounded over, and you feel that in the play and in the catch. There's no like sharp or harsh edges. Not that I'm against harsh edges or anything like that, but there aren't any on this yo-yo. So it's kind of a very like nice throw and catch. It plays a lot more chill and relaxing than maybe your first thought of it would be just by looking at it. Pretty light on the string, pretty nimble, kind of a more even weight distribution. The size is good for pretty much chopsticks and what have you, but it's still pretty stable and pretty long spinning. Like I said, it's not necessarily competition spec type stuff as far as spin times go, but it still spins pretty good and long, and I'm not knocking the spin time, but it's not like superpower infinite spins, I guess. Nice and smooth on the grinds. I like the grind finish that they use. It's very nice. I hope they keep that for the primary run. And thumb grinds, super doable, super easy. Your thumb just locks right in there in this nice, smooth little grind lip there. Very nice. I dig that. I dig that very much. It's a good size too. It's not too big. not too small. Comes out of your, comes out of everything just nice. Nothing to get caught. No like pingy sound. The grip is the response is really nice too. The slightly smaller gap, I feel like, is still big enough for whatever you want to like do wrap stuff with, but not like, but it's nice and like tight, so you get nice tight, quick, easy binds out of it as well. Good on the regens. It'll speed decently well as well. And nice binds, of course. Finger spins, plenty doable, lots of room in there, and you get pretty decent binds there, although I didn't pull it back hard enough. But definitely finger spins really well. And overall, I mean, this is a very, very smooth prototype too, and I know I'm not the first person to have it, so I see good things in the future for PDX Yo, because the Swamp Monster is a cool yo-yo, and I'm excited to try out the final production version of it, because the changes that he's going to make sound pretty darn sweet. Very controllable. Control is a big thing with this. You have a lot of control of this yo-yo, I feel. So that's a really nice feel for the yo-yo. Lots of control. Cool. Let's go ahead and take it apart. I'll show you guys what the insides look like, and then maybe we can go back and compare it later once I get the final version of it, and you can look at this video versus that. You can see, oh, those are the changes that we made. But I'll be right back. Alright guys, let's take the PDX Yo Swamp Monster apart here. Alright, let's take a look at the half here. So you can see the sort of HW shape. It's kind of got a swoop there, and that's really to remove drag from, if you do horizontal stuff. If this was flat, the string could just drag, but with that swoop, it gives less surface area for that. Plus, it makes a nice area for your finger grinds as well. Get pretty nice, solid, rounded edges here that go right to the response. Response is that clear silicone that everybody's been using lately. It's a very good response pad. Comes with a center track bearing. Spins great. Spins long. Pretty quiet as well. I haven't had to do anything to this. I don't know if he cleaned it and lubed it or what, but it's good. He's good bearing, yes. Comes apart nice. Goes back together nice. Decently long axle as well. No real threat of stripping, at least in this in this version of it. I don't know if the axle gets shorter or what. It actually might get longer. He's making a bigger spike, but. Goes back together nice. Got a nice profile. I like that profile. Kind of a little bit old school as far as like old school Yo-Yo Factory, but those are always like 67 or 68 grams, and this is like a nice light nimble 65. So very cool in that regard. Sort of like more even weight distribution than you would be used to for yo-yos of this shape, but it's still got a decent amount of rim weight. It's plenty stable. Spins plenty long enough. I didn't feel like it was wanting there necessarily. Didn't necessarily have like that infinite, oh my god, it just spins forever. But it's very capable. It's also a very chill yo-yo. It's got a lot of control and just fun. It's fun to play, and I like this shape. I've always been kind of a WH shape fan, so no complaints from me on that. Very doable finger spins, and I think some more aesthetic cuts, particularly around here, will do the yo-yos some good just from a visual standpoint. But if it plays similarly to this, I think it will be a very solid yo-yo, and one that I am very much looking forward to trying out the final version of. But this prototype is pretty awesome as well. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Make sure you check out all the links down in the description of this video so you can find out more information about the PDX Swamp Monster and where it's dropping, when it's dropping, when you can pre-order it, and might be one you want to get. Definitely a cool yo-yo, definitely something I'd want to look into if I were you. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I do yo-yo videos all the time, like 5 a week or so. It's pretty insane. But cheers to you. I'll see you next time.